Well judged. That is in for par here at 13. And he'll remain right where he is. Good par 3 here at the 14th. It's a little bit more than 200 yards, Frank.
And there's a bunker short. So you've got to fly that coming in there. And if you do miss time one, that's when that body of water to the right really comes into play. Typical Floridian golf, that high-flying, soft-landing tee shot, once again, is the goal.
What's up, Pac-Man is, man?
All right, you take those all day long. On the green, chance for birdie coming up. This for birdie now at 14.
And these are the putts he hasn't been able to do much with all day. This doesn't have a whole lot of movement to it, and he could surely use it.
Yo, not in the backswing, bro, please. I'm trying to putt. Beautiful. That's
the pace, absolutely perfect there. Down the slope.
Jaden ready up
for a birdie.
Let's play one more.
He's back to 2 over. Stepping up here on the 15th tee at the Wetlands.
Dude, not in my backswing. I'm trying to make cut.
Next up, the final par 5 of the day here at the Wetlands, the 590-yard 15th. Again, no bunkers or water in the landing zone.
Oh my God, I hit the fucking tree.
Give one a
I just hit the fucking tree. Yeah, I just hit the tree.
Now a second from well over 300 yards. This will be about positioning. Third shot, looking for a good one.
All right, let's not launch this one over. Let's get it onto the green now. That's going to be short. That's awful. You don't do that,
not sure what happened there. Wrong club selection, poor execution. Regardless, a lot of meat still on that bone.
Now that's going to hurt. That simple chip shot and well off the mark. That hurts.
Come on, get him a roll.
Safe spot. Will Red there. That is in for par here at 15. And he'll stay at
not usually.
So our featured golfer here, pretty solid through the first 2 days, safely through to the weekend and squarely in the conversation.
That's right. Rich, get off to a good...
EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, from the great state of Florida, live third-round coverage of the Wetlands Championship. Rich Lerner here in our tower overlooking the 18th green. Frank Nobilo is by my side. Out on the course, we've got Nota Begay III and Iona Stephen as we check the Saturday leaderboard. We've got a tie at the very top at 4 under to this point. So out to the action we go as we catch up with our golfer on the tee at the par 4 13th.
It might have been perhaps a little conservative, but right in the heart of the green.
We turn to Nota Begay III for this look at birdie.
And these are the putts he hasn't been able to do much with all day. This doesn't have a whole lot of movement to it, and he could surely use it.
That one just going to sneak on by. Okay, safely in for par here at 13. And he's going to stay at +5. Moving on to the tricky 14s here at the Wetlands. It's 204 yards, but there is plenty of trouble out there. 14th hole here at the Wetlands, a dangerous par 3, comes in at 204 yards. There's some trouble out there.
And this is where you have to readjust your focus. If you start looking right or left of this green, you see all the problems that could come in and prevail. Instead, just look at that front bunker. Try and fly your tee shot over that, somewhere around the front edge of the green, maybe 3 or 4 yards on, and then the hole becomes that much easier.
Well, Frank, there it is again. More trouble with the short game. He just hasn't been able to get shots like that very close.
And when you're not able to save shots around the green, Rich, then your score will go away from you in a hurry.
I'm a little nervous for this tee shot. I'm nervous as fuck right now.
Nope, good effort, but it's going to wander a few feet by.
So we're gonna go for a little putt here for bogey. There we go.
Safely in. And it's a bogey here at 14. And that's going to drop him back down to 6 over. The last par 5 on this golf course is the 15th. It's 590 yards. You think, Frank, this is the time to be aggressive?
Certainly is. Longer hitters must be licking their chops on this par 5. 300-plus yard tee shot, you can definitely get home. Shorter hitters, just set it up for a nice wedge shot. But if you are going to go at this par 5 and 2, well protected by those 3 bunkers.
He's set up for his 3rd shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. Well, had a good lie in the fairway, but couldn't do anything with it. That comes up woefully short.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
Okay, a solid par here at the 15th, and he'll remain at 6 over. We begin the finishing stretch here at the Wetlands with a 455-yard par 4 16. Looking for another straight tee shot here. The approach leads to a green well protected by 4 bunkers. Solid, a good drive in the fairway. From a bit of a downslope here, his second to the par 4. Oh, is that any good? Perfect.
That was tracking pretty well, too. That could have gone in for the same price.
Okay, that one finished off for a par. And he'll stay right where he is. Par 3 17th, Frank hits 238 yards.
There's still a chance for birdie here, though. Green shape's a little bit to the player's right, so a nice high draw coming in here. Even finding the middle of the putting surface will give you a chance to putt to really any position on this green.
That was obviously well struck, but it came in a little too hot, and that one's going to run out and leave him a much longer birdie putt than he would have hoped for.
Talk about electrifying this crowd. How about that one? A bomb for birdie at 17.
And he'll get things back to 5 over. Finishing our day at the Wetlands in Florida with the shortest par 4 of the course, the 377-yard 18. Water down the left shouldn't be a factor. Driver and a short iron. And a birdie is very much in the cards. And no issues there. Good tee shot in the short grass. He split the middle of the street on this one. He's going to have a good look. Second shot. Needed maybe half a club more there. As it is, needs to get up and down to save par.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
Okay, so that will wind up a par at the last, and this will be a third round score of 76. Well, without a doubt, a disappointing Saturday for our featured golfer. High expectation. EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today from the Sunshine State of Florida, it's final round coverage of the Wetlands Championship. What a week and weekend this has been so far. Everything you want in a golf tournament. By nightfall, we will have our winner. As you take a look at the current leaderboard on this Sunday afternoon, your leader is Scott Piercy. He's currently at 5 under. Meanwhile, our featured golfer playing out the string, trying to finish this tournament on a high note. So let's get out and pick up the action as we head to the tee at the par 5 15.
No issues here. That is into the fairway. Still better than 3 bills away as he puts forth his second to the par 5. I'm not sure he got every bit of that 3-wood trying to get home to this par 5 and 2, but still in the ball game for a birdie. This from 7 feet. Yeah, good putt. That's in for par here at 15. And he'll remain 8 over for the tournament. Moving to the 16th hole here at the Wetlands, 455-yard par 4. And you can see, Frank, that green is heavily guarded.
And consequently, you're really going to have to judge that second shot. Know your yardage, and also a good strike's required to safely keep the ball on the putting surface. No problems there.
This one not for the faint of heart. Down a big slope, though it is for birdie. Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. Yeah, that's good putt. That was a slippery one, but that's well done. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16. And he'll remain right where he is. '17th at the Wetlands, par 3, 238 yards. Frank, how would you describe this hole?
Well, it's a hole really that shapes up well for a nice little high draw. See the angle of the green pointing slightly to the right. Nice little draw into this par 3, and that'll find a nice avenue. Maybe a kick forward, 15, 20 feet left for birdie. And if you birdied 16, chance to birdie 17 as well.
Second shot now here at the par 3.
Yeah, that's a good putt. It is in for par here at 17. And he'll stay right where he is.
Well, this is it, Frank, the 18th hole. And on paper, it looks like you can get this one. You can make a birdie because it's only 377 yards.
You're exactly right, Rich. Just a nice drive. Doesn't even have to be a driver here. It's going to set you up really short iron wedge into this short par 4. And, well, I always like to finish on a birdie. I know you do too, because a little walk to the clubhouse there on the left, maybe a hot dog or a hamburger.
Okay, sensible play right there, and that one on deck.
Let's bring in Notah Begay III for a look at birdie.
All you have to do is start this on line and let the slope do its thing. I don't see a lot of movement in it.
Oh, that is a beauty in for birdie here at the last. And this will be a final round score of 74. So, Frank, our golfer just could not get things going here in this final round, and it winds up a disappointing finish.
And hopefully it's not a bad habit too, because as we know, they normally give out trophies on Sundays, so you do not want to get in a habit of playing poorly on Sunday.
So, for Frank Nobilo, Notah Begay III, and Iona Stephen, I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, from the Ocean Course at Kiawah Island, we bring you first-round coverage of the Carolina Open. This is going to be a compelling 4 days of golf. A lot of storylines to follow as we move through the weekend, and we take a look at the leaderboard here in round one. The leader is Chesson Hadley. He's on the move early at 5 under par. So let's get out and join the fray as we pick things up on the tee at the par 5 11th. So in the fairway, but a pretty good number to carry here for a second to the par 5. Well, just a good solid shot right there with that 3-wood, Frank.
It's an aggressive layup, really, trying to force that 3-wood down and get it as close as possible to the green. That's two good shots if you can't reach the par 5.
This one measures out to 15 feet.
Oh, yes, indeed. The line there, perfect. It is in for a birdie. And he'll move to within 2 shots of the lead at 2 under par.
More fun now from Pete Dye here at the par 4 12th. This is the widest fairway on the golf course, but then it is one of the narrowest approaches.
Yeah, it's also the start of 2 very important par 4s here at Kiawah Ridge, because the drive here and 13 has to be spot on. This one has bunkers, but both second shots will have water in play.
Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole.
Second shot, good look at the green.
This one looks right on point.
Good shot again there. Well thought out. Landing the ball short, let the ball run onto the green. And inside, I'd call that a birdie putt. So that's birdie range.
Nicely done. 2 straight birdies here early on this backside. And he'll move to 3 under here, just 1 shot off the lead. The 13th is a tough one, no 2 ways about it. Par 4 at 497 yards. And that lagoon that came into play near the green on 12, well, it's now a canal that borders the entire length of this 13th. The left side, no bargain either, with 4 deep pot bunkers greeting those who play a little too conservatively. Boy, a good round going here on this Thursday, and that another fine effort off the tee. That's got to be disappointing. Good lie in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Yeah, look how quick that was. Very difficult to get that to stop, even out of the sand. And that race is right on by. Got it there, but not quite on target. Okay, that one finished off. It is a bogey here at unlucky number 13. And that's going to drop him to 2 under.
Par 3 14th hole, and this one is a stunner, isn't it?
It looks good, but it's not much fun to play. When you look down there, you might as well be hitting on the top of a pyramid. Now look at the way it falls off, down to that sandy area on the left, a good 10 feet below. If you finish up short, it's going to roll the way back to the tee box that way. Good 10 feet short. If you miss it on the right, well, that's about 10 feet below the level of the putting surface. I'm not even going to talk about the back of the green. Please, please, hit the green.
Boy, that one was coming in hot, and it winds up carrying over the back of the green. Looking back up from behind the green, a second to this par 3. This is a 19-foot putt. That is well read. A terrific putt there to save par. And he'll stay at 2 under. On to the 15th, a par 4 at 466 yards. Plenty of room in the fairway off the tee, making this definitely a second shot hole. Because trust me, you do not want to miss left and find yourself in a waste area that you need a ladder to get in and out of. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
See what he can do with this one. His second at the 15th. Just want to avoid the flyer lie coming out of that rough.
How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close? That's good.
Ah, yes, never in doubt. It's a birdie here at 15. Our featured golfer in a good position, you'd have to say. Just 3 shots off the pace after round 1.
Just got to keep the leaders in check, though. Can't afford to.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the Ocean Course at Kiawah Island, it's live second-round coverage of the Carolina Open. Things starting to slowly take shape here on this Friday. For some, it is a race for the top prize. For others, it's a fight to stick around for the weekend as we show you the leaderboard. Taylor Pendrith is your leader. He's currently at 5 under. We'll get out to the action here as we pick things up on the par 4 6th hole. All right, in the fairway. Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. "12 feet still to go." Nah, that's going to wander off to the right and leave maybe 2-3 feet coming back. Okay, it's a bogey here at number 6. And he's going to fall to 3 shots off the lead.
Super wide fairway here at the par 5 7. Definitely reachable in 2. I think you'd be disappointed if you didn't walk off with a 4 here.
That's certainly the plan of most people on this hole, Rich. And I just think of that old adage that I was taught as a kid. And it's great for these holes. It still works. Tee it high, let it fly.
Boy, tough to do a whole lot better than that. That ball right down the middle. Going to take a big poke to get there, but a chance with his second to the par 5. That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in really good position here on the par 5. Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. Oh, yeah, that one on line all the way. It's in for a birdie. He moves it to 2 under par. They say long is rarely a good miss at the Ocean Course. Never is that more evident than here at the par 3A. It is another elevated green where anything that skips over the back will leave a semi-blind shot out of a deep waist area. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. Eight-foot putt here. Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and he'll remain 3 shots off the pace. The final hole on this front side is a right-to-left par 4 at 514 yards. A lone putt bunker right off the tee must be avoided, and most players will be left with a mid to long iron into a green with more than its share of humps and hollows. Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. Not only a long putt, but a bending putt. Strong right to left in this one. They'll be very pleased just to get this one within a couple of feet. Right, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
Nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it.
Through 9 holes, good time to take a deep breath and look out at that spectacular panorama, which this tee does allow you to do, Frank, as it sits right atop a sand dune. It's really pretty.
It is, and it's another hole that still goes in that westerly direction. When you look down at this fairway, you have to respect the right side. Right side is a complete and utter no-no. That's where all the big numbers come. So if you're going to err a little on the left side. The hole does open up. Second shot's going to have to be played across the bunker, but this par 4 gets your attention to start the back 9.
Gonna have to flight this a long way. His second out of the bunker.
It's a pretty good shot out of the fairway bunker, and it just nabs a piece of the green.
This one, whew, right around 70 feet away, though it is for birdie.
Well, that takes the strain off the next one.
Good lag putt right there. So that's in for par to start this backside. And he's going to stay 2 back. Not much is straightforward here at the Ocean Course. This 11th is proof positive of that at a stout 593 yards. A handful of half-moon bunkers right are what to avoid on your tee shot. But even with a drive in the fairway, a couple of devilishly placed putt bunkers up near the hole have been known to give golfers fits. Nope, that wasn't the right line, and he'll pay the price as this ball is going to run off the fairway and into the bunker.
This par 5, one of the easiest holes on the golf course too. But that second shot just caught the edge of the bunker. And now, a little bit of trouble.
That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game. The strike was fine on the pitch shot. Ball first, then turf. Just wasn't really hit hard enough.
Oh, that'll bring a wry smile. A very good putt there to save his par. And he'll stay at even par. So our featured golfer here, pretty solid through the first 2 days, safely through to the weekend and squarely in the conversation.
That's right. Red should get off to a good start tomorrow, throw a few birdies in early, and could make it extremely exciting come Sunday.
Till next time, for our entire cast and crew, I'm Rich Lerner. This has been a presentation of EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. So long, everybody.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the Ocean Course at Kiowa Island Golf Resort, live third-round coverage of the Carolina Open. Well, if yesterday was any indication, we should be in for a memorable weekend of golf here as we take in the leaderboard on this Saturday. The Pepperdine man, Sahith Theegala, is your leader. He's currently at 5 under. We head out to the course as we pick up the action on the tee at the par 4 fourth. And this, a tee shot that fits the eye, and that'll be just fine. So a fine Saturday here, Frank, and we start to think about what this weekend might hold in store for our featured golfer in the hunt here on the first page of the leaderboard, looking for that golden goose, a first PGA Tour win, and all that goes with it. In terms of nerves, I would have to think this is the most pressure-filled situation this young golfer has ever faced.
Without doubt, Rich. I think if you follow the maturation process, though, when you first turn pro, a new golf course every week, that takes a little bit of time to get used to. Now you start to see your name on the leaderboard. So if you follow the trend, this is where they should be.
Good speed there. That'll leave just a couple of feet. That one finished off. It is a bogey here at 4. He's going to fall out of red figures, back down to even par.
So, Frank, here we are, the first par 3 on the golf course. And what do you make of this 5th hole?
It's really 2 holes, Rich. When the flag is on the left, it's basically one green, and when the flag's on the right, it's effectively another type of a golf shot. This green is actually 40 yards wide and separated with that little faint ridge in the middle.
And that one not on the green, but not a terrible spot either, sitting up in the short grass. Still work to do to get this on the green. This is second.
Just didn't figure that out well. It had to land that ball further up the green for it to go closer.
Will that stop? Yes, that was not easy down the slope, but that's pretty well done. Good stuff, though it is for a bogey 4. And he'll drop back to 1 over par. The first of 8 straight holes heading due west is here at the par 4 6th, 490 yards. It's a slight dogleg to the left, but if you can avoid the waist area running down that left side, that makes birdie a good possibility. And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway. That one was running so hot.
Oh, boy. Far from a good shot, that.
Okay, I'd call that an acceptable effort from that range. Well read. That's in for a bogey 5. And that's going to move him back to 2 over par.
Second par 5 here on the front side. Frank, if you don't make 4 here, I think you're losing ground to the field.
I'd agree with you, Rich. The biggest thing here is just a solid tee shot, because it's going to be within reach with a good tee shot. If you didn't hit your best, then you have to be careful with those trees up on the right side by the green. They've put a few people out over the years.
No fairway here. This one in that rough. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
Yeah, that ball lost just a little speed before it reached the green, and that's going to come up quite a bit short.
10-foot putt left.
Oh my goodness. Something went terribly wrong there. That's going to get past the hole and work its way all the way off the green. Time to just pick up and move on to the next hole.
Second par 3 here on the front side. Frank, would you be happy walking off here with a 3, or are you getting a little greedy here?
Hey, always greedy, but in the end, I'd certainly take a 3 more days than most. When you look at this green, just have another look and see the angle of it. The green actually angles to the right at about a 30-degree angle. That's actually what tricks most people out when they misread the wind.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Well, gonna get a chance to try that again. This gonna be equally as tough. Another try to get this up and out. That's out of the bunker, but it does not find the green. It's into the rough. Okay, that'll mitigate things a little. It is still a double bogey, though, here at the par 3. And that's going to move him all the way down to plus 10. Well, without a doubt, a disappointing Saturday for our featured golfer. High expectations coming in, but it's an over par round, leaving him well back.
Rich.